how we healed my son's eczema, and why our house is such a mess. It's episode 26 of In Real Life. A few months ago, I complained about my son getting eczema. It was really wild. Griffin, out of the blue, started developing these patches on his neck, and he would itch them, and they were red and irritated, and it was just super surprising because literally it came out of nowhere. And I was just disappointed because since this kid has been born, I've given him such a healthy diet. I mean, it's certainly not perfect, but all things considered, he eats super well. He was breastfed for 2 years. I gave him lots of probiotics. I ate lots of probiotics. So I was just kind of baffled. So we started looking around at everything, diet, our environment, and it turns out we actually moved into a house that had multiple gas leaks. So that definitely could have contributed to some things in terms of just bringing down his immune system. And that was the other thing, is he was getting lots of colds and coughs. So we decided to get some substantial testing done on the kid, including a gut profile. We also did a blood test to look at food allergens. Quick tangent, there is no better way to traumatize your toddler than getting a blood draw. So the results came back, and the good news was his gut actually was in pretty good shape. There was no overwhelming bad bacteria that showed up, or parasites or funguses or anything like that we had to aggressively treat. The one thing that did show up was that the lining of his intestines needed some support. Then we also got back this really extensive food panel test. Now this was done through blood. They test the different foods and see if there's any immune response. And there were a couple surprising results. Now, good news is he's not terribly allergic to anything. He doesn't have any true allergens. He just has some sensitivities. And some of the sensitivities that he had were to some of his favorite foods, like mango. This guy loves mango. He would have like 2 at a sitting. He really enjoyed that fruit. And the other thing was honey. He would have honey almost every single morning on his oatmeal or a little bit on his yogurt. So those things we had to eliminate, as well as wheat and gluten. So we gave him some supplements, a few to support his lining and good bacteria in his gut, one to support his immune system, and then finally a couple to support his digestion. We also eliminated those foods that he was showing any sensitivity to. And the great news is, by doing all of this together, in a month, this guy's eczema was gone, which is pretty wild, right? I mean, I knew the body could heal, but it was just miraculous to see it kind of unfold before me. Our house has been torn up this week, and I have to tell you, I've really struggled with it because I'm the kind of gal that likes it neat. There's a saying, clean house, clean mind. So I felt a little this week, but it's all for good reason. So here's what we did. Our master bedroom was the biggest, brightest room literally in the whole entire house. And it was just kind of frustrating because all we do there is sleep and a couple other things. But I mean, we're really not in there that often. Meanwhile, our office, and as many of you know, both Michael and I work from home, our office was the smallest, darkest room in the house, and I hated working in there. In fact, I just wouldn't go in there because I felt like I was in a cave. It was not very inspirational, and so I would end up being in the kitchen or the living room or upstairs, and it just kind of made it feel like work was everywhere, and I needed more of a separation. So we decided to swap the 2 rooms. So it's been kind of a crazy week and just moving everything, and we hired 2 guys to help us, and we got this new desk, which is really fun, that kind of goes along with our treadmill desk, and we're going to do a whole separate video on that. But now it's just so awesome to walk into this office that's just bright and cheery and just feels so much more inspiring. And meanwhile, our little bedroom is so cozy. It's like this safe little cave. It's dark. It's perfect for sleeping. So it's been a mess, but a good mess. As many of you know, I'm loving essential oils. I don't talk about them too much on this show, but I did want to take a moment and give a huge shout out to this oil here. This is called Peace and Calming, and it's a Young Living essential oil blend. It contains orange, tangerine, blue tansy, and patchouli. It has a wonderful kind of earthy citrus smell. I loved it from the first time I smelled it, but now I'm really realizing how therapeutic this oil can be. It is rocking our world, actually. So the way you actually apply it, particularly with children, is you take a couple of teaspoons of carrier oil. I like to use coconut oil, but you could use any vegetable oil. And then you add a couple drops of your essential oil, and then you kind of rub it together, and then you apply it to your kids' feet. Now that might seem like a strange place to apply essential oil, but it's actually really safe because it's far away from any mucous membranes. And also, if you know anything about reflexology, all the body systems are on the feet. So it's a great catch-all. Case in point, a few weeks ago we were leaving Torch Lake, Michigan. We had a 6-hour drive in front of us, and Griffin was keyed up. I'm like, oh gosh, what am I going to do? Put on that peace and calming, and within 5 minutes, he looked like this. Last night he was also really wound up. We had a busy day. I put the stuff on his feet, and in a few minutes his room was quiet. So it's just a tremendous gift to have in our little arsenal. Now, Peace and Calming is part of the Young Living Premium Starter Kit. It's a really great deal if you want to get started using essential oils. And I'll have a link in the video description below if you want to learn more.
Aww. You say, Mama.
Mama, mama.
Say mama.
Mama.
I have to say, my son healing from eczema so quickly has been a tremendous gift for me, spiritually. And isn't that so true that our kids teach us so much? Because I have to tell you, I believe that God heals. I believe in physical healings. In a lot of ways, I'm a physical healing in the fact that I don't consume chocolate, sugar, caffeine, all that stuff I used to binge out on. But I haven't seen with my own eyes a miraculous healing. You know what I mean? Like an instantaneous, someone's out of their wheelchair, or you know, someone's cancer is, you know, just completely gone, you know, after prayer or you know, using anointed oils or whatever. And so just to see it in my son, you know, and even though, yes, we did certain protocols and stuff to help support it, it just was encouraging for my spirit, you know, because it's like, wow, you know, healing can happen. And so I just want to keep pressing into that and keep believing in that. And we'd love to hear from any of you. Have you ever witnessed a healing? Now, it can be something minor, like seeing my son heal from eczema, or something huge and miraculous. I would love to hear your stories, so please share in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. This helps us spread the word and reach more natural mamas. Just so you know, we do 2 videos a week. On Tuesdays, it's usually some kind of natural living tip or trick, and on Thursdays, it's always the IRL show. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of these videos, and we'll catch you next time.